My name is Mirela Matache, and I'm the IT Director for Maintenance and Quality Systems for Lafarge Cement Division. As you may see, the presentation is entitled Lafarge Building Better Cities. Why is that? Because cement has appeared, as Ralph has said, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, has appeared, as he wrote in the article, also in Mesopotamia, Egypt, then used by the Romans, and nowadays we know 50% of the population lives in cities. In 2050, an estimated 70% of the population will live in city, which means more business for Lafarge, and not only, for competition also. So how do we stay afloat with something like that? So just a briefing on our company is number 1 in cement globally, is number 2 in aggregates, and is number 4 in concrete. We used to have other 2 divisions, gypsum and roofing, that are fading away as we speak in the interest of the group portfolio. But cement, the division I'm working for, is ensuring 65% of the revenue of the company. We have overall 65,000 employees and probably 1,570 production sites. These are not only cement, mind you, but this is a little bit the layout of our company. So without further ado, knowing what we are doing, I would like to share you how the asset management in Lafarge marries to the operational excellence in order to be able to still be number 1, and this has happened for quite a while now, in construction materials, and pass over all the economical crisis and the business need, or customers' needs as it is today. So, as simple as that. Making cement, which is an artificial mineral powder, is something that can be done in your backyard, in your kitchen. You pull out some limestone and clay from the quarry, you grind it, and then you put it in the oven, which actually in real life is a kiln. You get the clinker out, you mix it up with the gypsum and additives, grind it again, and you get the powder. After that, you ship it in bulks and bags, whatever. So why did I try to present this? I wanted to make a point from the fact that with a technology or a process which is apparently very simple, you have, in order to lead the industry, you have to do something better. And what can you do better? Because we have to always provide the profit for our shareholders. So if the cost, cement is a commodity, the cost of the raw materials, the energy, and the price of the cement in a certain area is the same. So where can I make it better? The profit comes from the price minus the cost. So what can I do in the cost is actually to achieve operational and execution excellence. And how did we do that? With Maximo and other tools. So if this is going to work, I'm going to try to show you what Lafarge vision is about the way we work. That much to say, you will have a little bit of history later on about the usage of Maximo around Lafarge, but what we started to do is to build templates. What is a template? And I guess most of you guys are used to that, because in one shape or form with an ERP or something else like that, you use it today. It's a standard that contains business processes and procedures which are embedded into a pre-configured software and deliver with a deployment methodology. What we do good and what we do well in order to be performant, we have a good change management process. We have a template governance, and not only that, when all is said and done, you have to be able to measure and to audit the results. So, going further on, I'm going to leave you half an hour to read all the dates I have here. No, just look at the green things because they're representative. So we started with Maximo as probably one of the earliest versions in 1999. What was happening at this stage? At this stage, the system was driving the business. So what was happening is actually the business needs try to fit into the system functionalities. So IT was the leader, and that was not exactly what we had to do. In 2001, after a little bit of experience, the group has realized that this is not the way we can deliver in order to be competitive. So they have created this standard, and all together with it, the groups or the organization to support it. One of them is my group, which is the Maximum Competency Center, as we called it. And the other one is the business system department, which is a counterpart on the business side. And we work together building this template or standard. We went through a series of versions until we ended up in 2009. What happened in 2009? Economical crisis. So you draw a line and you say, what do? I continue deploying, I'm stopping, I'm changing for a different software that is less expensive. Do I still need best of breed? How do I manage from here on? And at that point in time, what Lafarge has decided to do is let's take a step backwards and analyze where we are, what we did right and what we did wrong, and how we can improve. So we have executed an internal audit. This internal audit, I have to tell you, took probably 2-3 months, was extensive, was covering business people and IT people from all the regions. Something I have forgotten to mention, we are present in all the regions of the globe. And we went from the plant, the country, the region, the group, competency centers, including purchasing and so on and so forth, with surveys to get the results. The major risks that have been identified by this analysis, I'm not going to mention the IT ones because I guess there's not too much interest on that, but the misalignment with maintenance needs and the missed opportunities at plant level. What do they translate into? Functionality, business need. We are not aligned to what business needs. Maybe we have a system, maybe a Rolls Royce, but if it doesn't deliver for the business, what is it good for? Or it's not performant. That could be as well another reason, which I think everyone is suffering from. So basically we covered all these people into this survey. And one example of this survey actually speaks for itself, something that I have already mentioned at the beginning. These are people that had a template, that had a software best of breed, and yet there is some unsatisfaction with the usage. And where it hurts most? Planning, scheduling, inventory management, reports, and I can go on the rest, but it's clear where everyone is suffering. So what did Lafarge do? They said, okay, first of all, let's change the mentality. Let's not think Maximo, because this is not only Maximo. We are an integrated system with back-end offices and not only. And we have to extend the usage of our software in order to be performant to the entire context of the plant operation model. Therefore, they have created the business objectives for this upgrade, which was functional and technical upgrade. One of them to extend the preventive manufacturing model, and the other one to improve safety, inventory, cost. Yeah? So it's pretty much what Ralph was saying, and I was not sure if I still have to talk about it, because it seems we are right there. There were also some IT gains in all this activity. We had a template, it was deploying the regions, but you had one per country, which means there's always room for flexibility and changes. And not only that, is not possible to share information, because the scope of these templatizations and all this effort is to be able to share information. So as the conclusion, we have created the manufacturing improvement V7 Maximo. We call it V7 Maximo because it's based on Maximo 7 Fine, software from the software provider. It seemed like Mission Impossible 7 at the beginning, but actually we are getting into the deployment, and it's not to laugh. It was hard, really. But we are getting to the points. We have currently about 15 plants deployed. We started 1.5 years ago, and now it's intensive deployment. And this is supposed to finish in 2-3 years maximum. What we have identified as keys of success. I have tried to highlight in orange something that I find that we did different from what we used to do. Because I think you have been presented as business people. In general, this type of objectives from every project, or at least from every IT leadership. Now, what was lacking in our case, for instance, is to apply what we say, actually. So, first of all, this project doesn't have to be an IT project. It has to be a maintenance project. So system has to tag along with a business system, with a business process, and not the other way around. The second one, it has to have a strong sponsor. The most successful deployments in our case were exactly in the country or in the plant, or the plant manager was the first one that was embarking in the system, just to create the first work order as an example. The third one is change management. We all say we do change management. Actually, we don't. If we start change management in the middle of the project or at the end, that's no change management. Change management had to happen before or at the beginning of a project in order to be successful. And then the last one, assessment. We are still suffering because of that, because originally we said we will start assessment at the time of the project. Well, unfortunately, that is too late. You have to pre-assess, as we call it now, in advance, to prepare more and do less than what we tend to do usually, do more and think less. And here are the results. I'm not mentioning exactly which plants, so I'll let you look at the picture and guess which one it is. So that much to say that these are all plants in France, which is the owner of our company. Doesn't mean that we are deploying now only in France. We are deploying in Hungary, in China, in India, in Pakistan, projects ongoing in Middle East, and Americas is starting soon. So this is a consequence of concurrent activities of many projects. So because we are integrated with back-end office and with other systems, all of them concurred into having a good result. For this plant that is represented, let's call it plant 1, between 2012 and 2013, we had a reduction in 1 year of the cost of maintenance by 31%. The second one is 2012 to 2014, they target 40%, and in 3 years for 50%, 45 to 50%. The pilot always goes through the pains of the birth. So they got poor guys into trial and error with the process, because we had a very good system, we had lots of training documentation, everything, but it's normal. Yet, even this plant has marked down 5% reduction of cost in 2011, 4.5 in 2012, and 10 in 2013. And the last plant I'm mentioning is a plant that has been deployed last year. And this one has decreased the cost of maintenance to 42%. And they want to reach in 2014, 49%. So if you can quantify the benefit of the effort we are doing, most definitely like that, most definitely this is a buy-in for any other plant around Lafarge. And this is something on which we capitalize. But that would not be possible without the tools tailored to the business process, covering all domains. We have developed a lot into inventory, into integration with Historian, which is monitoring the equipments, integrations with ERP, and also providing to the people safety application, which is combined with a regular work order application, as well as to the capability to evaluate the cost versus operations in a plant. So we have a budget application and a cost management application into Maximo. So that's it for me.